Yes, you guys, welcome back to another News Daily video. Today, I'll be focusing solely on Thomas Tuchel and his first training session with the club. I'm going to be looking at the club's official website to look at the photos from training. Of course, some articles have come out too from The Guardian, from The Telegraph, giving us more insight behind the convos Tuchel has been having already with certain players and, you know, his hunger and drive and willingness to really be a massive success at this club. So you guys, the Chelsea train just keeps on moving. So much news, so much discussion, so much conversation pieces coming up that there really is no time to process anything but to just get on board and enjoy the ride. So now, quick announcement to make, you guys. Yes, that's it. The fourth kit has been officially released. The Air Max collection is now available for purchase, and as you guys can see, it's looking kind of saucy. I'm liking how Ziyech and Tammy Abraham are just modeling this kit. And as we can see, you guys, here is the example of how the collection is looking like. Now, of course, you know, I'm going to cop that shirt. Hopefully I get it soon come by this week at least so I can wear it. But on top of that, of course, we have the bottoms. I might have to cop that too if I'm keeping it real, and the jacket to go with things as well. So this is definitely something different and new with the club. You know, I do like the designs, I do like the boldness, I like the colors, and obviously I like the 90s inspired themes as well. So if you guys want to cop any of this for yourself, I am your guy. You'll find links below in the description. Use my discount code NINI10 to get 10% off your order. So without wasting any more time, we start with the first and only story, and let's see how Thomas Tuchel did during his first training session. Now, the official club website did release some photos in regards to how Tuchel's training session went, and from the photos, you can see that Tuchel's looking very determined. He's looking very confident. He's looking like he knows exactly what he needs to do. He's speaking directly to the players that he's already addressed earlier on today, and of course, with Tuchel, it makes a ton of sense. Tuchel will understand the difficulties that he has signing for this club. He knows that he can't afford to waste any time when it comes to drilling in his tactical ideas, his coaching principles into the team. As we can see, he's addressed so many different individuals, and to be honest, I'm quite excited to see what type of changes Tuchel is going to be making in the team. Anyway, you guys, as I keep speaking, I'm going to be showing you guys some of the photos from the training session. To continue on though, a story was released by The Guardian where they provided some more insight behind the scenes with Tuchel at the club right now. Now, with Tuchel, one thing that he definitely wants to do is make an immediate impact. From tomorrow's game, he prefers to be in the actual dugout instead of observing things from the stands. As the article states, Tuchel wants to take responsibility of the side, and of course, you know, that's what you want to hear from your new manager. You know, he's ready for the challenge. He's ready to take on this task. And he's clearly feeling confident about his abilities, which, to be honest, Tuchel has never lacked that confidence. But to continue on, the report states that Tuchel has spoken directly to both Timo Werner and Kai Havertz. It reveals that he is looking forward to working with Pulisic again, and he is a massive fan of Callum Hudson-Odoi. Now, I'm going to get back to that point, you guys, so bear with me. But interestingly enough, the report does confirm that Tuchel feels like he can get Jorginho, Kovacic and Kante working together. So, you know, I'm getting some of those Sarri-ball flashbacks because, you know, I'm not seeing that balance again. However, Tuchel, he has his own different ideas, his emphasis on positional play. It's going to be curious to see how he finds a way to maximize these players, because in my opinion, and this is my opinion, I do feel like your Kovas and your Jorginhos are mid-tier players, and I'm still going to stand by that. But I am going to keep an open mind because, of course, when new managers come with new systems, new ideas, they can bring new confidence in players, and who knows, maybe their form might pick up. The article also reveals things that we already know. Of course, you know, your Rudigers, your other players, they have an opportunity now to have a fresh start and win their place back in the team. And before I move on, you guys, the club did reveal one of their objectives that they do have for Tuchel, and that's the fact that they want Tuchel to leave the academy doors open. You know, it seems that the club have realised the gold mine that they possess with the talents we produce. Of course, one of the only positive things the board had to say under Lampard's reign was the fact that since he signed and introduced the academy guys to the first team, I mean, these guys have saved us a ton of money in positions that we don't need to spend in. So it only makes sense We have one of the best academies in the world, and we can produce talents for the future from within. And you know, Tuchel's a guy that follows that same principle. He's demonstrated that he knows how to work with youth players. He's open to working with them. Let's not forget he gave Pulisic his debut as a 17-year-old. So I'm keeping an open mind, and you know, let's see how things progress. But I can't imagine in Tuchel's first 6 months, he's got a job to do. He's got responsibilities with the first team. He needs to get them firing, because if he doesn't, then who knows if we'll get an opportunity for next season. Now, I'm going to give my thoughts and opinions, and of course, you know, if you're Thomas Tuchel, one of the exciting things about signing for us is that you're working with players that you've worked with previously, and your Thiago Silvas, your Pulisic, for example, you know, players that you know of, and your Havertz's and Timo Werner's, you know, two of Germany's, you know, young star players. And of course, you work with players that you're actually hoping to sign yourself, and your Jorginhos, your Rudigers, and your N'Golo Kantes. As I'm saying, me personally, I feel like I've seen these guys play enough now to know what their pros and cons are. And as I keep stressing, if Tuchel can find a way to get these guys to do anything, it will be interesting. However, I don't personally see it happening. And of course, if you're Tuchel and you want to take this job over, if the board says, you know, you gotta, get the best out of these guys, you're not gonna tell the board, oh no. In fact, I can't do a single thing with these guys because, of course, you know, you're not gonna get that job. So a part of me does feel like these guys will be getting priority back in the team again, especially with Rudiger, who, of course, has been in constant communication with Tuchel over the past few weeks. Rudy did the same thing with Havertz, with Werner. I mean, come on, he knows these guys, he's got the links, he's plugged up, so of course he's going to reach out and have these conversations. So I guess all I'm hoping for is that the team lineups and selections are really picked very fairly. I do feel like Tuchel will do that because, you know, I feel personally that if he saw these guys weren't doing their thing, he'd very happily kick them out of the team, because he's going to prioritize his own future, which is remaining at this club, over players that potentially might not be those tier 1 guys. So to continue on, let's speak of more positive things in Tuchel's fascination with Callum Hudson-Odoi. Now, is it really a surprise? I mean, we keep forgetting Bayern Munich had 70 million ready for Hudson-Odoi. That's more money than what they had for Leroy Sané. They've been consistently after this guy for a few years now, and for very good reason. I mean, Hudson-Odoi is a coach's dream. He can do it all. You play him down the left-hand side and he can cut inside, he can play between the lines, he can beat his man for pace, he can play those passes, he can play those switch balls too, quickening that play up left, right and centre. And of course, he has the ability to take shots on goal too. And if you have to play him down the right-hand side, then you've got another different beast too. He has excellent crossing inside the box, as we've seen time and time again. He can beat a man for pace and take them straight to the byline. And he can hold the ball up too. So honestly, Callum, in terms of just raw attributes, I mean, he's ticking boxes in so many of them, and it's going to be exciting to see if Tuchel can really just elevate Callum's game. I think that Lampard did a good job just getting Callum's focus and mentality back, which has been key. And let's hope that Tuchel can just further increase his levels even more. To continue on though, as I really keep stressing, I'm really curious to see how Tuchel's going to find the best balanced system in regards to all the players he has. Because me personally, after seeing the team for, you know, a few seasons now, I do feel like we have certain guys that are meant for a different style of football, but maybe Tuchel is that glue. Maybe Tuchel is that balancing act that knows when to use these guys at the right time. Of course, having conversations with Timo Werner and Kai Havertz, I mean, you can imagine that even though the club aren't directly pressurizing him to get the best out of them, because, you know, let's not pretend that they're the only focus. I mean, we're a big club, we've got lots of big players. These aren't the only guys that get all the attention here. That's the honest truth. But of course, you know, they've been struggling a tiny bit. Timo Werner's spoken about the intensity difference since he's come to the Premier League. And of course, with Kai Havertz, when he signed for us, he had no pre-season, he had no training sessions really either, and was literally thrust straight into the team. On top of that, as he was finding his fitness and form again, he gets COVID. He's out for over a month, just recovering, and then, you know, needing the time to get back to his full speed and strength as well. So this has really been a very difficult period for him. So it's going to be interesting to see how Tuchel finds a way to help Havertz acclimatise. However, reports have stated too that there's a massive belief that Kai will be ready for next season, which would make a ton of sense. We've seen tons of players like your Ndombele's and so many others that need at least one season to be able to acclimatise and get used to the intensity, because the Premier League is not the same as the Bundesliga. We've seen those Bundesliga comps, we've seen those Bundesliga games. Teams in that country, they like to use high lines, they like to press themselves, so of course there's going to be space in the transition. In the Premier League, we have a ton of teams very happy to play with 18% possession, 20% possession, and of course, you know, they have the intensity and the will to get in your face, close the spaces down non-stop over 90 minutes. And of course, if you're a young guy, that is going to take some time. So right now, you guys, I'm feeling quite optimistic by things. I've got an open mind. I want to see and learn from Tuchel, of course. I want to see what he's going to bring to the team. I want to see how he's going to get the best out of some of these guys. And maybe some of the difficult decisions he might have to come down. And I'm curious to see how he's going to deal with certain situations that he might have to face as the season does go on. I mean, we've got a very, very testing month. When Feb comes, you guys, some massive games that could really decide the fate of the season. It's absolutely mad. But you guys, on that note, I'm going to wrap things up, keep things moving. Thomas Tuchel is our manager. He's taking his first training session. He feels confident. He feels hungry. He's ready. And of course, these are all the signs that you want to see from a manager that really wanted to sign for us. So good luck, Thomas Tuchel. Welcome to Chelsea Football Club. I'm Nini FC. This is Blue Lions TV. I'll catch you guys later with some more videos.